How should we explain to people that there is no difference between women and men praying salah because they refer to different madhabs, especially in India and Pakistan, that there is a difference between men and women praying salah? How do we explain to people? Well, you can try. You can try. But people who are set in their ways, this has been their tradition, the family, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, everybody follows this way, where the woman's prayer is a special prayer. It's different from the prayer of the man. And maybe somebody will even tell you, Allah said in the Quran, وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنثَى. The man is not like the woman. So naturally, you should have a different prayer for the woman than from the man. However, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli." Pray as you saw me pray. Pray, all of you, men, women, children, everybody, pray as you saw me pray. So, is there a special prayer for women? No. That's it. If you can't grasp that, this is the clear statement of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And even Darda, Abu Darda, famous companion, his wife, there is narration, authentic narration, that she prayed exactly like the men prayed. So you even have a text saying that, describing a Sahabiya praying exactly as the men prayed, no difference. We have nothing, no narration which says that women were to pray differently. But a culture that had a particular attitude towards women, they introduced into the madhab another way. Abu Hanifa never taught this. No, that Abu Hanifa never taught a separate prayer for women. This did not come from Abu Hanifa, nor did it come from Abu Yusuf, his main student, and Muhammad al-Shaybani, secondary student, or Zufar, third major student. None of them taught a separate prayer for women. Later generations that added and padded and patched and changed what we now know as the Hanafi madhab teach it. So, subcontinent, Turkey, they have prayer book for men, prayer book for women. And that prayer which they have prescribed for women, some aspects of it, like the raising of the hands, in that prayer book they say the women should only raise their hands to the level of the shoulders. The men raise their hands to ears. That's what they say. Now, in this case, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ is recorded as doing both. He raised his hands, sometimes to the level of his shoulders, sometimes to the level of his ears, and he never said, this one's for women, this one's for men. He never said that. No one else has the authority to say, part of his sunnah is for women and part of his sunnah is for men. No one has that authority. No matter how great a scholar he may be, if he said that, he was wrong. He was in error. Because only Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has the authority to specify from his sunnah what is only to be done by women. Of course, they have put a rationale. What is the rationale? The chest of the man is not like the chest of the woman. Sounds kind of logical, isn't it? The chest of the man, okay, you throw your hands up like this. Everybody sees your chest. No problem. But the woman, her chest is not like the man's chest. So they say, no, you raise your hand just like this, cover the chest. Like this, you're going to be exposing your chest. Right? So it sounds kind of logical. But Ali ibn Abi Talib, he said, if the religion were based on logic purely, then we should wipe the bottom of our socks and not the top. But, he went on to say, I saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wipe the top and not the bottom. Okay? So we don't take logic and start playing with the Prophet's sunnah and say, well, it's logical. It makes more sense this way and that way, and we're coming up with something else. You don't have that authority. You don't have that authority. So, that aspect, if a woman did this, it's not wrong. If a man did this, it's not wrong. And if he did this, it's okay too. However, for him to think that he can only do this is wrong. For her to think that she can only do this is wrong. But the salah is valid. Salah is valid. There are other acts. They tell the woman, when she goes into ruku', when the man goes into ruku', he makes complete bending, right? He bends. They say for the woman, no, because, when she bends, for the man's behind to be sticking out, no problem. But for the woman, no. So they say, no, she shouldn't bend like that. She just reaches down and touches her knees like this. So ruku' is now changed. A special ruku' for women and a ruku' for men. Where did that come from? Rasulullah ﷺ never said that. He said you got to bend properly. They describe the bending such that if you put water on his back, it wouldn't go this way or that way. It should be 45 degrees. 90 degrees, sorry, 90 degrees. Should be a 90-degree angle. That's how it's supposed to be. Men and women, no difference. So in this way, they are taking away from their salah. They're losing reward from salah because they have not made a proper ruku'. When they go down for sujood, they are told to put their elbows on the ground. Prophet ﷺ said, don't put your elbows on the ground like the lying of the dog. He made a simile between those who put their elbows on the ground with a dog. Don't do it. But that's what they tell her to do. So we say that takes reward from your prayer. That's detracting. It's taking away reward from your prayer. They tell her to put her chest on her thighs when she goes into ruku'. She doesn't go over like the man. The man when he does sujood, sorry, not ruku', when he does sujood, he goes over and he should leave a gap here. Such, they said that a small sheep could actually pass under if you're big enough, right? Sheep could pass under. For the woman, they say, no, don't leave that space. No, close it up so that your chest goes on your thigh. We say, where did this come from? It didn't come from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yeah, there is a narration that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed by and a woman is praying, her elbows are out and so on. So he said, cover up a bit. Cover up a bit. But that Don't take that now to mean another salah. Cover up a bit within what was from the sunnah, not breaking the sunnah, contradicting what he has already told. So this is where the problem comes, where those actions that are prescribed for her are in fact in clear violation of prohibitions of the Prophet ﷺ.